it's Chef Zena here. Today we're going to make grilled cheese and tomato basil soup. And we're doing some distance learning, and I have my niece,
Bronwyn.
For today's lesson, you will need butter, bread, American cheese, 22-ounce can of crushed tomatoes, a half a cup of heavy cream, extra virgin olive oil, salt, pepper, fresh chopped garlic, 1 medium diced onion, fresh basil and oregano. You can always use dried. For tools, you will need a can opener, a butter knife, a rubber spatula, a cutting board, a frying pan, a liquid measuring cup, a saucepan, and a blender.
But Aunt Zena,
Yes, Bronwyn?
you forgot the basil and oregano.
That's so right. Let's go to our gardens outside and we'll get them, all right?
Okay.
That's right, Bronwyn. There's your fresh basil and your fresh oregano. Aunt Zena's herb garden is inside. I'm going to get my fresh basil and oregano.
Hi everyone. So the first thing we want to do is we want to take our 22 ounces of our crushed tomatoes. We want to take our can opener and we want to put it on and we want to open up the can of tomatoes.
But wait, I don't have crushed tomatoes. I have diced tomatoes and tomato puree.
That's perfect. You can use 1 can of each of those since those are smaller than this can and they'll equal the same amount.
Okay. So how do I chop my garlic?
Okay, Bronwyn, what you want to do is you want to take your garlic and you want to put it in your garlic press. And then you want to squeeze down as hard as you can with your garlic press, and your garlic should be coming out of the other end. Now that your garlic's done, you want to take a knife and you want to go over the top of it and put the garlic in the bowl. All right, so what we want to do, Bronwyn, is you want to take your heavy cream and you want to pour it into your cup, and because we're using a liquid measuring cup, you want to do a half a cup, and you want to bend down and make sure that you're looking at the line straight with a half a cup, and that's where you want to fill it to.
Okay. So now that our mise en place is done, we have our onion and our heavy cream, our garlic, and our crushed tomatoes opened. It's time for us to go to the stove and start cooking.
Aunt Zena,
Yes, Bronwyn?
you forgot the basil and oregano. Zena,
That's so
how
right.
do we chop the basil and oregano?
Well, after we've cleaned them and we've dried them off, and they're on our board now, you're going to take your knife and you're going to leave your hand on the bottom part, and then your other hand is going to be on the handle, and you're just going to go back and forth. You're never going to take either hand off of the handle or the front of your knife, and then you're going to move it, and then you're just going to continue to go back and forth until they're all chopped.
At the stove, turn on the heat, adjust to medium-high, and place your pot on the stove. Pour a small amount of olive oil into your pan. Lift your pan, swirl the oil to coat the bottom of the pan, place your pan back onto the stove, and heat your oil until hot.
Aunt Zena, my oil is nice and warm. What do I do?
Place your onions into the pan. Place your garlic into your pan. Stir your onions and garlic. Cook your onion and garlic mixture until your onions are translucent.
Aunt Zena, how do I know when my onions are translucent?
That's a great question, Bronwyn. Onions are translucent when they're soft and clear. All right, now that our onions are translucent and soft, we're going to add in our tomatoes. And it is perfectly normal for it to bubble like that.
Wait a minute. My onions aren't yet translucent.
That's okay, Bronwyn. My stove is a gas stove, which cooks faster than your electric. You want to wait until your onions are done before adding your tomatoes and your basil. You want to stir your soup and allow it to come to a boil. Now that our soup has come to a boil, reduce the heat to low and simmer for 15 minutes. It's time to start our grilled cheese.
What's the secret to making the perfect grilled cheese, Aunt Zena?
Bronwyn, the secret to a perfect grilled cheese is all in the cooking process. So the first thing we want to do is we want to take our butter knife, we want to take our butter, and we want to get a little butter on, and then we want to put an even coat of butter.
Aunt Zena, what do I do now that the top parts of my bread are buttered?
Now you want to take your cheese. I'm using American cheese, but you can use any type of cheese you'd like. Jalapeno, pepper jack, mozzarella, cheddar, brie, you name it. You can put any type of cheese in a sandwich. You want to put your cheese on the one layer, then your other layer of buttered bread, you want to flip that so that that is on top of your sandwiches.
Aunt Zena, what do I do next?
You're going to take your butter and you're going to butter the outside slice, the top of your sandwich. Again, you want to make sure you get butter all around it nice and even so when it cooks, it'll cook perfectly. And then you want to flip it over and you want to put butter on the other outside of your bread. Welcome back. So now we're going to take our lid off and allowing the steam to rise.
Stir your soup, season with salt and pepper. Remove your lid and add your heavy cream to your soup. Stir your mixture until your cream is well combined. Simmer your soup mixture for the next 10 minutes, stirring occasionally. While our soup is doing its final simmer, it's time to cook our grilled cheese. Place your pan onto your stove with medium heat. Take your grilled cheese and place it into your pan.
After a minute and a half, we're going to flip it and our bottom grilled cheese is nice and toasted. And then we're going to cook this one another minute and a half, 2 minutes. Remember, you want your heat low and slow.
Pour your soup into your blender.
So now that our soup's in the blender, we want to take the top part of the lid off so that when we blend this, the steam can escape. Then we're going to put our blender on top and we're going to blend.
Complete your final tasting for salt and pepper.
This is good, Aunt Zena.
Perfect. Delicious.
Yep,